Good evening, and today's headlines. We take a look at the recent Career Expo held at Iowa Wesleyan University's Social Hall. The event drew a large turnout of students eager to connect with recruiters. Our reporter was on the scene and has all the details.
We sit down with one of the top athletes from the Iowa Wesleyan Tigers track and field team. Don't miss this exclusive interview to hear about their journey and what they hope to achieve this year.
The financial office staff at Iowa Wesleyan University explained the situation behind the parking tickets that students have received and gave suggestions on how to properly report their tax for 2022.
A follow-up to a recent story, Iowa Wesleyan University's service learning trip to Kansas City was a big success. We'll hear from participants and the program director about the impact of the trip and the lessons learned.
Good evening and welcome to the IWInsider, your source for the latest news and updates from Iowa Wesleyan University. I'm Bryce Gomes.
And I'm Flora Hua. It's Sunday, March 25th. The week 11 is right around the corner.
Our top story tonight. The Career Expo at Iowa Wesleyan University was a big success, drawing a large turnout of students looking to connect with recruiters from many companies. Let's take a closer look.
Students were dressed professionally and ready to communicate with the recruiters, gaining valuable information about different corporations and opportunities available to them. One student described the event as a great opportunity to practice business formal skills and gain confidence in professional settings. They are impressed by the variety of companies represented at the event and were excited to learn more about potential career paths. Overall, the Career Expo was a fantastic event for both students and recruiters. It provided a valuable opportunity for students to engage with potential employers and learn more about their options after graduation. With the success of this year's event, it is clear that Iowa Wesleyan University is committed to helping its students succeed in the workforce. IWInsider, Brandon Thacker.
Thank you, Brandon. It's great to see that Iowa Wesleyan University is taking such an active role in preparing its students for the workforce. We'll be sure to keep you updated on the story as it progresses more.
And now we bring you the latest sports news from Iowa Wesleyan University. Let's zoom in. Joining us now is the head coach Hunter Davis to tell us more stories about IW track and field. Hi, Coach Davis.
Hi, Flora. Like she said, everyone, I'm Coach Hunter Davis. I'm the head track and field and cross-country coach here. I've been here for 4 years and 2 years as the head coach.
Mm-hmm. And what made you decide to And what made you decide to be a coach for track and field? And how do you describe your coaching style?
Well, I definitely would say I'm rough around the edges every now and then, but I definitely relaxed over the years. I used to be really uptight about certain things. The biggest thing for me is being punctual and on time and making sure you're taking care of business both in the classroom and on the track and things like that. But I definitely got into coaching because I had a really great college coach and Coach David Nash. Someone I still communicate with weekly and have a really good relationship with, and I don't see that ever changing. And he instilled with me the confidence that, hey, you can do this. And even though I didn't think I could when I wasn't, that wasn't my intention when I went to college. But it's been, a great decision that he talked me into that, and I'm glad I stuck with it.
Mm-hmm. That's great to hear. And how do you wield the relationship between academics and athletics?
Well, it's an ever-growing relationship, Flora. Like it started when I first got here. I don't know every professor. They don't know me. With coaching changes, things like that, and a new program, they obviously focus on some of the bigger programs, and us being a big program, it's key to be able to keep people eligible and things like that. But like I said, it's a growing relationship. Every year it's gotten better, but you have to maintain a 2.0 GPA and 12 credits passed every semester to be eligible. So it's really big important. You can't just come here and be a student. You have to be a student athlete or an athlete. You have to come here to be a student athlete and take care of business, both on and off the track.
Mm-hmm. And how has the program grown since its official re-establishment in the spring of 2022?
Obviously, there was a pandemic in the middle. Right around the establishment, we got through an indoor season before outdoor season came around. Didn't get to do it, but it's been really good to get back into it. We started with 9 people, grew to 16. Pandemic happened, and we kept growing. We have between 60 and 70. We have a meet this weekend, and we have 45 traveling, and we have some injured people, and so it's been really awesome to kind of see the growth. And it's a fun issue to have, to be looking for bigger buses, things like that. As those become issues, feeding everybody like that, and getting nice meals and being able to go somewhere nice and not have to worry about, we have 45 people. But it's there's challenges, but it's been a lot of fun to kind of see where it's gone.
No wonder why Allison Morris says she really likes the team chemistry.
Yes, for sure.
Yes. And what do you value the most about the track program?
I think the student athletes are the most important part. Like, I wouldn't be doing this without student athletes. I have a really good relationship with, a lot of them. And, there's some that you don't have as good a relationship with, but that's, life. You don't have the best relationship with every coworker, but, you kind of build that. And over time, there's people that you grow with right away, and there's some people that take some time. But it's been really good to kind of, see them, and they're the biggest reason why I do this. Like, they're the biggest pain in my butt, but at the end of the day, they're the reason why I do this, and it's really fun to kind of see them grow and, get from point A to point B by the end of their career and seasons, things like that.
Yes. And what are your goals for the team in the future?
Well, it definitely started with Bree Hunter winning our first women's conference championship last year. She won 3 in the shot put and the discus. And then this year, Kieran Blackwell won our first men's one since I've been here in the high jump and became an All-American. And that's kind of the goal, is to, get more All-Americans every year. And then, on a smaller stage, win our conference championship next year in the American Midwest Conference. And, keep working towards that team national title, but definitely going to take some small steps along the way to get there.
That's very exciting. Let's go, Tigers. Thanks for joining us today.
No, I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
Thank you. Today we're glad to have Allison Morris on Saturday with us. Hi, Allie.
Hi, Flora. Thanks for having me. Hi, everyone. I'm Allison Morris. I'm from Antioch, Illinois. I'm currently earning my mammal in criminal justice, and it is my 5th year at Iowa Wesleyan.
And can you tell us about how IW track and field is doing this season, and what accomplishments have you guys achieved this season?
So we actually just finished up our indoor season. We have our first outdoor meet tomorrow, and for our indoor conference championships, we had 13 all-conference athletes, and we ended up sending 6 of our track athletes to nationals, and one of them actually became an All-American, and that was Kieran Blackwell in the high jump. He got 4th.
Wow, that's very impressive. Can you tell us about your journey in becoming a track and field athlete?
So I actually started running when I was 11 in cross country. I found out that it was something I was really passionate about and wanted to continue further in high school. So I ended up joining the track team my freshman year, and I've been doing it ever since.
And what challenges have you faced as an athlete, and how have you overcome them?
So obviously every athlete is going to have some sort of a physical injury at some point in their career. But I wouldn't say that was the most difficult thing I went through. The hardest thing, honestly, is the mental blocks. So yeah, like you can say, oh, my leg hurts, but I still want to run, and you still want to show up and be there. But it's hard when you just want to lay in bed, or you're not feeling like running, or you're discouraged, just to kind of show up and do that. So getting over that is the hardest part.
So how do you overcome them?
Just being persistent and going. Eventually something clicks and you start to enjoy it again, and it goes away. And can you walk us through your typical training schedule and routine? So we actually, Monday, Wednesdays, we have easy mileage days, so it depends on the person what your mileage looks like. And then we'll have lifting, just some strength training to prevent injury. And then Tuesday, Thursdays, we have workouts, which will also depend on what event you're planning on running that weekend. And then Friday, we have pre-meet day, so that's an easy, low mileage run. And then Saturdays, we usually compete.
And we've noticed that Hunter Davis, the head coach of the track and field team, is certainly a great support of the whole team. So what do you find inspiring about him?
Well, actually, something I like that he does is he finds ways to make sure everybody is recognized and incorporated, and that we all get to know each other. So he is predominantly the distance coach, but he makes a point to know and understand what every other athlete he has is doing and how they're doing at their performance. So he will be aware of everyone's PRs, and he will tweet those out, and he'll make sure that we all know about him, so the team knows how everyone's doing as well, which is really nice. That's
really great. Track and field is a big team among IW sports. How is your team chemistry?
I would say it's pretty good. I'm not going to say that we all typically hang out every night or anything. I mean, that's hard to do with 50 people. But at meets, we do a good job cheering each other on. And if someone does well, we're sharing stuff online about each other.
Right.
And just making sure that we're encouraging each other to do our best.
Yes, you guys are very active on sharing the pictures from the meetings, and some little short videos. I really enjoyed them. And how do you balance being a master's student and an athlete?
So actually the schoolwork is not the problem, just because it's online and I get to do that at my own pace. I'm only taking 1 to 2 classes at a time. The hard part is that I work 2 part-time jobs on top of being an athlete, so that's where difficulty comes into play.
Then how do you balance them?
Just a lot of communication. So talking with my bosses and Coach Davis, and they're all very flexible. So just letting them know where I'm going to be and when.
What are your future goals as a student and also as an athlete?
When I graduate from here with my master's, I plan on pursuing a PhD in psychology. And then after that, I plan on continuing to run on my own. Obviously, I won't be able to be part of a team anymore, which is sad, but I'm still going to continue to just run leisurely by myself.
All right. Thank you for joining us today, Allie.
Thank you for having me.
Moving to the financial segment, Iowa Wesleyan's financial office staff have recently issued a statement regarding the parking tickets that have been issued to students on campus. In their statement, the staff explained the situation and provided some suggestions on how to properly react after receiving the tickets. The financial office staff also gave students suggestions on how to do their tax returns for 2022. Our reporter has more.
So parking fines, the amount for those right now are $15 a ticket. So every time you get a parking ticket, it's $15. That is applied to your student account, and you do pay those fines with me. How they are issued is through either student development or our security office if they see a vehicle parked in a spot or location that it's not supposed to be. So the first step to do is to get with student development and talk with them and make sure that you get the proper notification from them, which they send out emails and they hand things to students in person. The next thing to do is that they're welcome to come see me to pay the parking ticket. If they want to try and fight or argue the parking ticket, they take that up with student development directly. Yes, filing taxes can be difficult, and yes, a lot of students have on-campus jobs. Most of the time, I don't know about all of the students, but it's helpful to, if you're not comfortable with filing taxes, to find somebody who knows how to file taxes. So like in town, we have like H&R Block. Usually there's another station, a company set up at Walmart that would help you file your taxes. I know that you can file them online on your own, but sometimes that can be confusing. I personally don't file taxes on my own. I have somebody do it for me just because there's so much information involved. But I would just provide them with all the documentation you have on, the money that you've earned, and answer any questions that they have. And if you need any documentation to help with that, you're more than welcome to come to me and I'll be happy to help you get that documentation. I don't have access to all of it, but I know people who are. And if you don't know who to go to file your taxes, you can come in and we can research some areas to do that as well.
Next, according to participants and the program director, Iowa Wesleyan University's service learning trip to Kansas City was a big success. The trip provided an opportunity for students to engage in meaningful service while gaining valuable experiences. Here's a follow-up to this story.
6 students from Iowa Wesleyan University participated in the 2023 Spring Break Service Learning Trip from March 5th through the 11th in Kansas City.
Our 2023 Service Learning Spring Break trip to Kansas City was planned for this spring, and so we just started looking for opportunities for service learning within driving distance for us from campus. And so we have so many wonderful metropolitans in the Midwest in this area. So we wanted to go somewhere a little bit warmer. We decided on Kansas City, and we found a nonprofit called Center of Grace. And then we stayed at a church called Lenexa United Methodist Church. So Iowa Wesleyan, we're part of a United Methodist Church system. So that's the first thing that we did, is to call them to see if they would house us. And they did at an extremely reasonable cost. So that made it really easy for us to be able to, where are we staying is the first place? Who is our volunteer partner?
Students and a chaperone volunteered 105 hours with the Center of Grace, packing 100 hygiene kits donated monthly to individuals who live in the county. Iowa Wesleyan students also cleaned and organized the supply closet for the hygiene kits, cleaned windows, and cleaned a dining hall after a weekly community dinner.
I felt happy because to see her, like she treated us for food, like to show like she was very like it was very helpful for her. So for me, I just felt happy to like help them.
In addition, the group visited several Kansas City attractions, including, but not limited to, the U.S. Federal Reserve Bank and Money Museum, rode the Kansas City streetcar, ventured downtown and into the Power and Light District, and visited the Truman Library Institute, a U.S. presidential library, and the Truman House.
It was deciding, okay, not only are we service learning and providing volunteer services to the community that we visited, we also did educational and cultural experiences for our students. We went to museums, we went to libraries, we learned about American jazz by attending jazz, all of these experiences. So it wasn't just about service learning, it was service learning and culture and education and experiences and downtime for students because it's spring break. And then, yes, I saw them do lots of teamwork, and then I hope and feel that they have all become friends. I don't know if they all knew each other prior to that trip, but by the end of that trip, I could hear them laughing down the hallway most evenings, and it just made me happy to hear smiles and laughter.
Hi.
It was like I went out of my comfort zone to like go to a trip, like people who I was not close with basically. So for me it was like more of like doing things and like getting to know other people and helping people. So I recommend this service learning project to other students too, because when like students most of the time in spring break they just sit on campus and they don't have anything else to do, so why not just go to explore new things and help other people, like, and it can count as their service learning hours too, so it's beneficial for them as well as other people too.
And that's all for today's program. Thanks for watching. I'm Flora Hua.
And this is Bryce Gomes, signing off.